Hey everyone. In this video, I am going to demonstrate for you how to construct an equilateral hexagon inside of a circle. So our hexagon is going to have 6 sides. They're all going to be the same length, and the hexagon is inscribed or inside of the circle, which means each of its vertices will touch the edge of the circle. So the materials that you will need will be a ruler, a pencil, and your compass. And we're going to start by making our circle have a radius of 2 inches. So I'm going to start at 5 and go to 7 because you can clearly see that the way my camera is set up. And I'm just going to put some little marks right here. And then I'm going to draw a line from my 5 to my 7. So I know my radius is 2 inches. Now I'm going to use this as the center of my circle, and we're going to call this center circle of the circle C. So the name of my circle is going to be Circle C. I am now going to use my compass to measure 2 inches. So it looks like I need to open it up a little bit. There we go. And I'm going to draw a circle, making sure I keep my radius the same and do not adjust it. Let me make this a little darker down here so you can see it. All right. So now I want to keep this radius the same, but if for some reason you should happen to move it, you can always come back to that center and measure it again to make sure it is the 2 inches that we started with. So what we're going to do next is we're going to put point H anywhere on the circle that we would like. So I'm going to put point H up here. Just draw that little line to indicate my H. Remember, we don't use dark, thick, wide circles because that's not the true definition of a point. And I want to make sure, because I need my radius each time I do this, I want to make sure that my compass hasn't moved and I still have that radius of 2 inches, and I do. So what I'm going to do, and I'm going to do this 5 times, I'm going to place my point on that arc where I put point H. Remember, my radius is 2 inches, and I'm going to make an arc with my compass. Now, that arc that I made, I'm going to call that point J, where it intersects. Okay? Then I'm going to repeat that same process. So now I put my point on this arc, and I make another arc to intersect the circle. And right here where this arc intersects, I'm going to call that point K. Then I'll repeat that process again. So I put my point where that arc crosses the circle, draw another arc to intersect the circle. And where this arc intersects, I'm going to call this point L. And I'll repeat that process again. So I put my point on the arc that we just drew, and then draw another arc to intersect the circle. And that will be, I'm going to call it point M. Remember, I told you we would do this 5 times. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4. So we got to do it one more time. We're going to put our point of our compass right here. And then we're going to draw another arc to intersect that circle. And we're going to call this intersection point N. So now all we have to do is take our ruler and connect all of those segments, or points, I should say, which we'll end up drawing segments. So here's our first one. And I'm connecting that with this last arc we drew, which was point M. Okay. Then I'm going to go from point H to point J. And connect that. Then I'm going to go from point J to point K. And connect those. Then I'm going to go from point K to point L. And I'm going to connect those. And then I'm going to go from point L to point M. And I'm going to connect those. And then the last two I'm going to connect are points M and N. And I'm going to connect those. Now, remember we started with a radius of 2 inches. And we kept that radius the same throughout. So when I measure these segments of my hexagon, they are 2 inches. From 2 to 4 is 2 inches. Let's check this side. We got 2 inches again from 2 to 4. Let's do 3 to 5 right here. 3 to 5, that's still 2 inches. And since my ruler's right here, I'm doing 4 to 6. That's still 2 inches. So we're just verifying that we did this correctly. And then from 5 to 7, that's 2 inches. Can't remember if I did this one or not. I'll do it again just in case. And then from 4 to 6, that's 2 inches. So we have circle C and we have hexagon H, J, K, L, M, N that is equilateral. So a regular hexagon, technically regular means that all the sides are equal as well as all the angles. And it is inscribed inside of circle C. That's it. Thanks for listening and watching.